Today we're taking a look at the Razer Basilisk V3 Pro, a mouse whose non-Pro version I have reviewed in the past and really impressed me, so let's see if the Pro version can do that as well. Let's get into it. So to get things started, this mouse retails for around $145 depending on where you look, and in the box you do get the mouse itself, which is this sort of ergonomic design. Then below that you have your SpeedFlex cable, which I have always loved on Razer products. You have your manuals and stickers, and then you also have your wireless dongle. The Razer Basilisk V3 Pro measures in at 130mm long, 75.4mm wide thanks to that thumb rest area, and 42.5mm high, and weighs around 112 grams, making it a light mouse but not a lightweight mouse. And comparing it to the non-Pro version, it is slightly wider as well as slightly heavier. The mouse has an ergonomic design with a thumb rest on the side to help support your thumb while using the mouse and keeps it off of the mouse pad. In terms of buttons, you do have a lot of them, 11 to be exact. And if you take a look at the left side, you do have 3 thumb buttons. You have your left and your right click. You have your scroll wheel, which can scroll up, down, be clicked, as well as tilted left and right. And then you also have 2 buttons just below the scroll wheel where one toggles between the scrolling features. Now in terms of the scroll wheel, you do have 3 different modes, with the first one being the tactical setting, and this will allow you for a lot more precision when you're scrolling, as it has this sort of step scroll feature. Then you can go into free spin, which releases the wheel to spin freely when turned, or you can switch it over to smart mode, which will be a tactical mode when you're actually spinning the wheel slowly, but then if you flick the wheel, it'll actually go into free spin automatically and then lock up again as soon as it starts going slower. The Razer Basilisk V3 Pro also has RGB, which runs along the bottom of the mouse, which gives this cool sort of underglow look, which if you have a darker mouse pad looks really nice, but it's also something that doesn't really show up as much, so it isn't something that's distracting. And then of course you also have the Razer logo at the back, which illuminates, as well as the scroll wheel. Onto the more technical side of things, the Razer Basilisk V3 Pro has got optical switches, which should last for about 90 million clicks and are really responsive and offers a really nice bounce back when using. Then you can also store up to 5 different profiles on the mouse itself, making it perfect if you travel a lot or if you use a lot of different PCs. Then of course you can just have all of your settings stored on your mouse, and no matter where you actually use it, all of your settings will be there. And then in terms of the sensor, you do have an optical sensor that can go up to 30,000 dpi. The mouse itself can also be used in 3 different modes, either wired, wireless via the dongle, or wireless via Bluetooth, which I actually really enjoyed. Now if you have a PC and a laptop and you want a mouse that works for both of them, then this is really perfect for that. While I was testing it out, I used it in this way where I plugged in the mouse to the PC, connected the dongle and just left it there, and then connected via Bluetooth to my laptop, and then just switched back and forth, which was really easy because I didn't have to connect or remove any sort of cables between my laptop and my PC, making it really easy, really simple, and effortless at the end of the day to use it on both devices. Another thing I love about Razer products is the hyperspeed multi-device connection, which allows you to connect one dongle to your PC and then connect 2 devices on that same dongle. So for example, if you have a Razer keyboard and a mouse with both hyperspeed wireless technology, then it means you have to only use one dongle and connect both your keyboard and your mouse to that same dongle, which allows you to use less of your USB ports on your PC itself, which is really cool. And this mouse comes equipped with hyperspeed wireless technology, meaning that if you have a keyboard itself already with that technology, then you don't have to connect another dongle to use them both wirelessly. Now the Razer Basilisk V3 Pro's battery is rated for 90 hours on hyperspeed according to Razer, and from testing this for about 2.5 weeks, I can definitely say that the battery does last really long. I charged it about 2, 3, or 4 times, didn't really charge it a lot, and the battery lasted all of those times. It never ran out, so it never actually went flat, which is really good. But if you want to sort of avoid these surprises while gaming where your mouse goes empty, then of course you can opt to actually go and buy the wireless charger with the wireless puck. And then of course, once you're done using your mouse anytime, let's say at night when you turn off your PC, you can simply place your mouse on that puck and it will charge fully. And then every time you actually use the mouse, it will restart from a full battery, meaning that you should have 90 hours of continuous use every time you take it off. Now, while using the Razer Basilisk V3 Pro, it really felt comfortable in my hand. I could reach all the buttons fairly easily. Now, of course, this can differ from person to person. If your hands are, of course, smaller than mine, you might have a little bit of a struggle reaching, especially the front thumb button. And of course, if you have larger hands, then you could potentially struggle to reach the back buttons, but that is something that is sort of from person to person that will differ. Now, the mouse also slid really easily on most surfaces that I tested it on, whether that was a tabletop or a mouse pad. And while gaming, it performed really well as in sort of general day-to-day tasks as well. You also have a bunch of different buttons that you can assign different macros to, making this mouse great for people looking to add multiple different buttons on their mouse to make it easy to assign different items and use cases in game, reducing the need to actually move your left hand around as much on your keyboard. Now, in terms of cons, there aren't really a lot for me, but let me sort of run through the top two that I think a lot of people might actually struggle with. Now, the first one, of course, has to be the weight. Now, this mouse does come in at 112 grams, which is still fairly light for a mouse, but it definitely isn't a lightweight mouse. So if you're looking for a lightweight mouse, then this may not be the option for you, and you may have to go and look for a different option in that area. And then secondly, it has to be the size and design of this mouse. And even though I had a good time using the mouse and it fits really well in my hand, it could be a different experience for people with larger or smaller hands. So depending on your hand size, that could potentially be a problem for you. But apart from those, this mouse is really great for anybody looking for a mouse for general use, casual gaming, and even professional gaming, as you do have a lot of the features and the makes of what a professional mouse should be. You have all these features like the free scroll wheel, 11 mappable buttons, as well as really high DPI sensor to make this mouse really great for anybody who wants to use it. I do think that this mouse is a really great option for anybody from casual level to professional level. So if you're looking at getting a new mouse, then you should definitely consider the Razer Basilisk V3 Pro. And that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, if you have any questions on this mouse itself, leave it down in the comment section below. And then, as always, until next time, cheers.